Episode 1 of Total Eclipse seems to revolve around different time spans, so from 1967 to 1998, as we're introduced to the Beta, these aliens who, despite never being shown fully, kill and kill and kill. They pose a real threat to humanity after crashing onto the Earth, so now it's up to giant robots and schoolgirls piloting them to save us all. Now at first, everything looks very average. We see a group of schoolgirls who are studying to become mecha pilots. It's never really explained why it's mainly school children that are doing this. Are there no more adults? But things start to pick up a little as a rivalry is established between two of the characters who are apparently descendants of rivalrous families, and there we have our first hint of substance. But that all gets quickly thrown out of the window for the time being, which is a shame. It would have been really interesting to focus the series on that rivalry and its development, as it was crystal clear that the two have very contrasting views towards their rivalry. There's also a lack of humour. I guess the producers were trying to go dark on this one, and they succeeded! There's this random death scene that kind of put me on edge. When will the next random death scene occur? So after the schoolgirls have done some exercises with the mecha, and the two rivals are now unfortunately getting along really well, they inevitably have to face up to the evil aliens. There's this line that one of the girls speaks, "When did the living stop counting the dead?" which suggests to me that this series is going to be quite violent, and the multiple deaths I've seen thus far are only the start of the carnage. Now, this venture into the battlefield begs the obvious question, is this group actually going to be able to do this? They just completely miserably failed in their training. I was just watching this first episode to test the water, but since the mecha action is actually quite dark, considering it's so easy to die and there's inexperienced kids piloting those machines, I'm going to go forward and see where all this goes. Those who have already watched this series will already know who lives and who dies, but right now, for me, the question is how are they even going to survive the next episode? I'm sad that there's no comedy for a first episode, but the moody atmosphere, contrasting with the happy schoolgirls, seems to work well for me.